Hey, 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 what's going on, folks? Good morning, good morning. All right. All right, we have people trickling in. Where's a poem? Where's a pem, it looks like. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Frankenstein, Dr. Funkstein. Dr. Funkstein. I like that. Letty, hello. Carlos, Arthur, DC3, India, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. All right. Morning time and my voice is not warmed up yet, so I'm going to be speaking quietly for a minute while my voice warms up. At least I hope so. That would be the smart thing to do. Batose, Batosai, Batosai, Rico, Amy, user 5309, Aaron, Lloyd, Jimmy 56. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's doing well this morning. All right. Let's see. Just making sure all of my technology is where it needs to be. Looks like it is. All right. So let me introduce the show. This is Yoddah Live. Today is Friday, I think, right? Yes, Friday, October 3rd, 2025. I know this because the internet tells me so. And I am Yoddah, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious. All right. I think everything is all systems go. So we're good. So this morning I'm going to try something different. I'm not particularly looking forward to it, but I figured, let me expand my horizons. And hello, Larry. Hello, Shamara. Hello, see you in something, Larry. Nevada, Sage, Los Angeles, 3182. Blue Chimp Tea. Lynn Walker. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So, as the prompt says, I'm asking the question. I want to first speak to MAGA hats, which I don't normally do, but I compiled some quick information this morning, and I want to see what MAGA hats think of this, if they're even willing to acknowledge facts. Because I'll debate almost anything except facts. So we have some facts, and there might be one opinion in there, but I feel pretty strongly about it, so we'll see. People have demonized MAGA. No, MAGA's done a great job of demonizing themselves because they keep celebrating people's suffering and then getting upset when we don't mourn for one of theirs. Hello, Shamara. All right, so if any MAGA hats want to come up, Blue Chimp, it seems like you're probably a MAGA hat. Feel free to come up, and I want to lay down some facts about Dump's presidency, and you tell me why you still support him. So you can request up one of two ways. Either you will see a request box or request button on the screen. If you don't, then on the bottom row, you'll see a blue and red person overlapping or people overlapping each other. If you click on that, then you will be able to click request. Phil Weston says, grown man using middle school insults. By the way, dump, right? Oh, like let's go Brandon, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree with you. But that's my nickname for him. And if you don't like it, feel free to fuck off to another live. All right. As someone who didn't vote for anyone but wanted Dump, he needs to go. He is protecting child rapists. Zach, yeah, that's the worst thing he's doing, certainly. I didn't list that because that's not been an established fact. It just seems perfectly obvious, but you know, oh, God's chosen says, everyone report him. Oh, because we only want people that we agree with. Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Shamara. That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate that. Jennifer Smith said, now start voting, sir. Help your country. Well, we're past the point of voting, obviously, so maybe there's other things we need to do, like expose Dump for who he is and, uh, resist this fascist regime. But let me list out and these are the highlights. This is not a complete list, but I think these are very important indicators of what's going on right now because Dump was on OAN, I think yesterday, bragging about how everything's wonderful. Just like when Biden was in office, he was always saying how everything was terrible. So that's on brand. So highest credit delinquencies in recent history, worst housing market since 1995, worst job market since the recession of 2009. Inflation is up uh, over 0.5% since January 20th, 2025, the day that he was sworn in. He is refusing to post labor statistics because we know that he doesn't like the truth of the job market right now. ADP payrolls, which are always used as an indicator, down minus 32,000. In August, there was a negative 3,000 jobs. Construction, manufacturing, and agriculture virtually destroyed. And he's giving $20 billion to Argentina when farmers in America are going out of business. And he is giving $20 billion to Argentina so that they can sell their soybeans to China instead of American farmers selling their soybeans to China. That's really fucked up, in my opinion. And this one is not exactly an established fact, but I think it's very clear that this is happening. He is provoking armed conflict with Venezuela, the president of peace. Well, they farmers are begging for a bailout, even though they voted for Dump, so they hate socialism, but now they want a bailout, and that would cost about $50 billion. So where's that coming from? If the idea is slashing the government, right? Where's this $50 billion coming from? Where'd the $50 billion go? I'm sorry. Why did $20 billion go to Argentina, otherwise known as Argentina, for instead of going to American farmers? Why is he building a $200 million ballroom, which is another subject altogether? Clearly, he doesn't plan on leaving, but um, why is he going golfing every weekend on the taxpayer dime? If everything is about slashing prices and budgets and saving money, there appears to be virtually no evidence of any of that happening. So I'd love a Dump supporter to come up and explain why they still support Dump. Usually the first thing they say is the border, even though they don't know anything about what's happening at the border. Felicia, yes, he is a con man. He is basically a glorified um, carnival barker. Those guys that would be like, guess your weight for $1. Guess your weight for $1. That's him. Jillian, like a corporate boss denying us our vacation while they go no matter what or no matter when. Yes, yes. That's a good analogy, Jillian. Thank you. Jillian or Julian? I couldn't. Yes, it's Jillian. Um, well, Sage says he just wants to punish those. I don't know why I'm straining. I can look at it on my phone. Lord, I need new glasses, but I've been too lazy to go get them. Sage Silvertone says he just wants to punish those who didn't vote for him and doesn't care if it hurts those who did. Yeah, I mean that's a perfect way to sum it up, and it is obvious, right? Like he's just going scorched earth on America, and another piece of evidence that supports your assertion, Sage, is that Stephen Miller says he wants only 100 million people in America, and for all of them to be YT. Right? He said, look like me is how he put it. I don't want to misquote Timu Goebbels, but there are 204 million YT people in America. So doesn't that mean mathematically that he has to come at 104 million YT people and get rid of them also? So they're just going scorched earth with this thing, and it's it could turn out to be the same kind of situation that Germany went through, and it took them decades to recover. Now Germany is a very progressive country. Their leadership is very progressive. Um, they don't allow any of the symbology from World War II and Schmittler, which is the opposite of what America did. The Confederacy were traitors who fought their own country, and yet we allowed them to put up statues of their heroes in public. That doesn't make any sense to me. Chief says that's a weak liberal talking point. Oh, you don't like logic, Chief? Is that what it is? You're not used to logic? In your group, in your friends group, are you the smart one? Come up and tell me how my talking points are weak. Please feel free. Feel free to come up and explain uh, my logic to me. Go ahead. I bet you can't. I'd be surprised if you came up. Most of you MAGA hats are cowards. You stay in the chats chirping away, not ever saying anything uh, interesting or intelligent, but I'm willing to invite you up. I'm willing to hear you out. Tell me, why do you support Dump? Go ahead, Chief. Repeating not logic is not going to help your cause, so take off the Rain Man thing and just come up and have a conversation. Yeah, Ken Burns' Civil War. I didn't get through all of it, but I did watch some of it. And of course, the Burns brothers make great documentaries. Yeah, Eric 50, we still let them fly that silly flag. And, if it were only a silly flag, I guess nobody would care. But, the guy who created the Confederate flag, Stephen something, or another Stephen or Stevenson, whatever. You know what? Let me look that up because sometimes I don't remember everything precisely. Who created the Confederate flag? Uh, yeah, all right. I don't want the guy who created it, actually. I want the guy who stood behind it. Yeah. He made a speech about the Confederate flag, and he specifically said that this was about fighting against making slavery illegal. Do. Let's see. Cornerstone. Ah, okay. I knew it was Steven something. It was Alexander Stevens. Okay. Alexander Stevens. Alexander. Let's see if I can get the actual speech. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Come on. Where is it? The way Wikipedia describes it is Alexander H. Stevens did not specifically give a speech about the Confederate flag, but he is known for his cornerstone speech where he articulated the principles of the Confederacy. So I had it half right, including the defense of slavery and white supremacy. And every state that adopted the flag, wrote that into their state charter. And they said specifically that this was about um, fighting against slavery and supporting white supremacy. Isn't YT a racist term? No, it's an unfortunate TikTok word that we have to use because they don't like adult language. So, okay, you know. Oh, I forgot to ask for all the stuff. So, for those of you just joining, this is Yoda Live. I am Yoda, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious. And please, let's start off with Heart Bees right over my head by my name. There hopefully is an orange heart. They are called Heart Me. And Eric 50 sent one. Thank you. And let's see. Bernie also sent one. Thank you. Appreciate that. And if for some reason you don't see the orange heart over my head, that's okay. You can go to the bottom row and you can hit the gift box, click on the gift box, and somewhere in there, there will be a heart called Heart Me, not just any heart. The one specifically says Heart Me. And Ruby seems to be having some kind of aneurysm just typing one word over and over again. So someone maybe do a wellness check on Ruby, and I'm going to block them for now because that's very weird behavior. So let's see. Hold on. Rocky said, "Don't put America first," and 4 exclamation points for some reason. The word first typed in all caps for some reason. Well, Schmittler put Germany first too. So what's your point? And if he's putting America first, then answer me this, Rocky, if you're able to, although I sincerely doubt you are. Why is Dump bailing out Argentina with $20 billion so that their farmers can sell soybeans to China, where the tariffs are making farmers in America go out of business? And they are now begging for a government bailout, the same bailout that they begged for in 2017 when his tariffs ruined their business back then. That doesn't sound America first. Oh, George Tuck says, black is the color of evil, so I certainly don't tolerate racism. That's dumb. So, have fun with your sister slash wife. Anyway, let's see. Lorenzo. Did I get that right? Oh no. Rebels are good. I'm so sick of MAGA. They are destroying America. They are civilization destroyers. Lorenzo 98 said, I thought Congress had control of the purse. Why is it? Scott Benson was able to get Argentina money. Well, Dump is not paying attention to um, any of the rules. He's getting involved in armed conflicts without the approval of Congress. He's, he's defying court orders from the Supreme Court. So he doesn't really care about the political structure in America. He just cares about enriching himself. And I have to say, he's done an excellent job at that. He's made billions of dollars for himself and his family. And, you know, that's against the emoluments clause in the Constitution. In other words, it's allegedly illegal. John Morgan. Oh, brilliant, brilliant statement that he posed as ask yourself, why do you not want America first? Hey, anybody, has anyone heard me say I don't want America first? Or is it that John is just an idiot? Kerry says, Dump is vindictive. America tried to put him in prison. He will try and destroy this country from inside out. Wezepem says, how do these people remember to breathe? Yeah, how do they find their way home at night? Um, BLK again says, Dump needs to be impeached at this point. Yeah, I think he needs to be imprisoned. The only way that he uh, had a chance of staying out of prison was becoming president, and America gave that to him because, MAGA hats don't mind a convicted felon in the White House. That's how committed they are to their hatred, right? They're so committed to their hatred that they will call Dump a family man, even though he's cheated on all three wives. And he cheated on his mistress with an adult film star. People keep talking about the 130,000 that went to Stormy Daniels, but they ignore the other 150,000 that went to Karen McDougal, all right, who was his mistress at the time. So, I mean, this is wild stuff, you know? And they say he's for law and order while he's breaking the law, allegedly. They say they're for the Constitution while he's trashing several parts of the Constitution. They say they back the blue, but they applaud the J6 assaulters being released. Even the violent ones got pardoned after 140 police officers were beaten savagely, one of whom lost his eye, one of his eyes, okay? And if you heard the video along with watching it, you would have heard police officers screaming, pleading for their lives. And he pardoned those people. Rocky says, wrong, wrong. Rocky says, Democrat lies. Well, I'm not a Democrat, so how could these be Democrat lies? Hey, Rocky, I know you're not going to do this. I know you're not going to come up, but I'm going to invite you up. Why don't you explain to me where I'm lying? Like a big boy, and explain why you support this disastrous president. I'm willing to hear you out, but I don't think you've really got the facility for this conversation just based on your absurd comments. But come on with it. It's weird. No MAGA hats want to come up and defend their daddy Donnie, the one whose sack they swing from every day. And Sergeant Major 965 says, that's not true. What's not true, Sergeant? Be more specific. Try to use your words. Or I know it's hard to communicate in writing, in the chat. You have a limited amount of characters, etc. Why don't you come up and tell me what's not true? What have I said so far that is not true? And if you have better facts than I do, I will concede to your facts immediately. But let's see if you've got the stones to come up. You're a sergeant major. You should be a brave dude. So why don't you come up? Why don't you come up and tell me how I'm wrong? Let's see. Adam says they are keyboard warriors. Yeah. My friend Jessica likes to say they are thumb thuggers. uh, Monk, dump is the worst in history. Facts over feelings. Yep. You know, because here's the thing, folks. We all know this. The reasonable people in here all know that every administration is judged the same way. There's a set of criteria that we hold every administration accountable to. And so when we use that criteria, he's doing a terrible job. And look, all in caps. Stop typing in caps. Trippin says, Dump keeps winning and winning. Liberal keep crying and crying. Well, I don't know who you see crying, but it certainly isn't me. Anyway, let's welcome our guest. Looks like China's tariff reform. Are you a Dump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay, excellent. And so let's figure out why. So let me run down some
But real quick
facts.
though,
Let
I
me
want to say
run let
something
me
in
run
my
down
bio.
some let me run down some
Oh,
facts.
for
You are
fuck's sake!
my
Okay,
guest
this is
on my
Dr.
live,
Republican.
so let me run down some facts and then you tell me why you still support this guy.
All right, so
Highest
run down the
credit to
facts that you wrote
okay,
on a
so
piece
you
of
don't
paper
know how
because
to have a
someone's whispering in your head. Got it?
conversation. You don't know how to have a conversation. You don't know how to be polite. I welcomed you up and asked you to wait until I read some things to you, but you couldn't do that because you have no impulse control. You're like a 5-year-old child. So now I have to drop you. I tried. Nah, China, you're not coming back up here, man, after being a rude idiot. So go away. I don't understand these people, man. It's a simple thing like, hey, let me lay out some facts for you, and then you tell me, you know, what you think. But they couldn't do that. Couldn't act like an adult person and just chill out. Crazy. Crazy. So anyway, um, if any MAGA hat wants to come up, I'll say it again. I'm going to read a few facts to you, and then we will discuss that. And you will have plenty of time to say whatever you need to say. But we're going to do things in a polite way, or we're not going to do them at all. All the things is
Yes,
coming up. Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed. How about yourself?
I am feeling wonderful. Glad to be alive another day.
You're
Are
blessed.
you a Dump supporter?
A dump supporter? I don't support dump. I don't understand how she
So do
had
you do you
Beyonce endorsed her.
so I just
How
want to
did
make
she
sure.
lose with
I
a
just want to make sure.
Beyonce?
I just want to make sure I understand. Because people are playing semantics this morning. I say dump and they go,
Yeah.
no, I'm a Trump supporter. So do you support the president?
Man, I'm just trying to figure how she lose with a Beyonce endorsement. Did you see
Do
those
do
rallies? She
you,
had Meg
sir,
the
do you support
Stallion.
the president or not?
She had Glorilla twerking.
Okay, so you're not here to have a conversation, another one. I don't understand it. This is very simple. Just have a conversation, folks. If you want to come up here and try to proselytize or try to overtalk me, obviously that's not going to work. So I don't understand that strategy. Elizabeth, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, and I don't want to overtalk you or anything. I just needed to find a place to say, "Oh my God, if you bring anything up to these Republicans, especially like I've been asking for days what their thought is on the meeting that just took place, which is very important, and we're all getting distracted from that. And I just noticed the last week I've been trying to have conversation and get their feedback on what their thoughts are, and they are avoiding it like the plague.
And what
Like
does
the
that
plague.
what does that indicate to you?
Oh, I know what it indicates.
Well, I'm asking you, what does it indicate to you?
Oh, which part? All of it. Obviously, first and foremost, no togetherness. Second of all, to me, this is my opinion only, they're using their patriotism to cover their racism. Okay.
Well, let
And
me get more specific. I'm referring to what you just said about you've been asking people to explain to talk about the meeting that just I'm assuming you're talking about the generals meeting.
yes,
Okay. And so when they don't want to talk about that, what does that indicate to you?
they don't want to see their truth in front of them, the treason act in front of them.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. Generally speaking, MAGA hats only get quiet when what he's doing is indefensible. That's what I've seen. When they think they have a gotcha or when they think they're right and can, chirp away with their propaganda parrot nonsense, then they are very confident and they come out swinging. But as we've seen so far, I've let people know that we're going to talk about the facts and they don't want to engage in the facts because they know the facts make their Lord and Savior, Donnie Dump, look bad. Hold on one second. Looks like someone else
They
is trying to come up. Texas Trump. So hang out, and I'm gonna hang out there. Stay where you are. I'm gonna talk to Texas Trump for a moment.
okay.
So I'm gonna mute your mic for just a moment. Texas Trump, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you for asking. So let me read some facts to you. I presume, based on your username, that you are a Trump supporter, right?
A Trump supporter, yes.
Okay, excellent. So let's see how Donnie Dump is doing these days. Highest credit delinquencies in recent history, worst housing market since 1995, worst job market since the recession of 2009, inflation up over 0.5% since January 20th, 2025, when he was sworn in, refusing to post labor statistics, which is very strange. ADP payroll is down minus 32,000, minus 3,000 jobs in August. Construction, manufacturing, and agriculture virtually destroyed. Bailing out Argentina with $20 billion. And this last one is my opinion. Provoking armed conflict with Venezuela. Why are you supporting him?
For all the facts that you just read,
Right.
I
So
love
you're
it.
and
I
so
love
let
it.
me ask you a question. Are you a minority?
I love it.
Are
No,
you
I'm an American citizen.
are you a
You feel
minority?
you
Are
feel a
you because
minority. I don't have a minority mind.
you have a Hispanic accent. Are you
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're a minority in America, and
No, you're the minority.
okay, so there we go. You're going to sound like a 5-year-old. So, folks, let me explain something to you about how I feel
He
about
gone.
minorities. No, I dropped him. Let me
Oh,
explain
good.
to you how I feel about minorities that vote for their oppressors. They are self-hating people.
Mm.
They think if they step and fetch it and do the house, worker thing, that they are going to be okay. Very often they're light skinned and they think they're going to pass and they're going to be safe. And they voted for their own deportation. So I have no regard for people like that.
I'm with you on that one.
Like if you're a minority and you're voting for your oppressor, I cannot have a conversation with you. And even though I
And I would
tried,
like to see.
but he said he was okay with everything I read. So let me read this again to everybody to tell you what Speedy Gonzalez was okay with. He said, highest credit delinquencies in recent history. He's good with that. Worst housing market since 1995. He's good with that. Worst job market since the recession of 2009. He's good with that. Inflation up since January. He's good with that. Refusing to post labor statistics. He's good with that. ADP minus 32,000. He's good with that. Minus 3,000 jobs. He's good with that. Construction, manufacturing, and agriculture virtually destroyed. He's good with that. Bailing out Argentina with 20 billion. He's good with that also. So, all right, like
And I didn't get the chance to ask him how he felt about the meeting last week
he
that we all
wasn't.
witnessed.
Do you think he was smart enough for that conversation?
No, but I would love to have that
And
opportunity
the
because
meeting was
that's
this
why
week, actually.
you're
Yeah.
funny.
No, you're talking about the meeting with the generals. That was this week.
Oh yes, that was this past Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see.
I would love to see some people come up that are Republicans and talk about that meeting. And I can't get anybody to talk about it. They will shut me down. They will call me every kind of name there is. It's unreal to the
Yeah, I
point
got you.
where I wanted to shut down
Oh,
my media, but it's too
the
important.
self-hating Latino wants to come up again. That's pretty funny. Of
Let's
course you're
ask
not
them about
coming.
that
No,
meeting.
I'm not gonna talk to him again. Uh
Oh, good.
and all the things wants to come up again. Goober wants to come up. Okay, I'll let Goober up.
Good afternoon, sir. Good morning.
Goober, how you doing this morning?
Very good.
I cannot hear you. There's
Yeah, I
something
can't
going on
either.
with your microphone.
I'm calling from upstate New York, so let me step
I
outside.
can't. It doesn't matter. I can't hear you. So can you try to do something with your technology?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Barely.
How about now?
No, not. I mean, it's really really low. So let's do this. I'm going to drop you. Try to come back up and see if that fixes it. All right. We have other people that want to come up. No wants to come up. We haven't spoken to No. Hello, No. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking. So, are you a Dump supporter?
Like going to the bathroom?
You're so funny. All right. So here we go. Yeah, you see these people are like they're like 5-year-old children. It's I can't waste my time with that. You know, I'm not here to entertain them. I'm not here to tolerate them. But
Can't
No
have an
says,
adult
well,
conversation.
when you can have an adult conversation, let me know. Okay, No, you'll be the first one that I notify the moment I can have. Oh no, I blocked you. Okay, I guess I'll never have to talk to you again. Oh, bummer. So yeah, I mean, why don't you share your thoughts about the meeting with the generals? Because I agree with you that it's extremely significant.
Well, first I had to get over the shock factor. I mean, I knew it, but to see it and, I've seen so much. And then just to sit there and I was like, can someone please take this man off stage? This is embarrassing. This is disgusting. He's literally asking for loyalty to him, to him and his rhetoric, not to the people of the United States of America. Which, thank God, and I say it again, thank God they've sworn protection to the Constitution.
Well, that might not help us, but
Well, it's a start.
does that remind you of anyone from history that also asked for loyalty from his generals?
Was that Hitler?
You can't say that on TikTok.
Oh, Hitler?
Schmittler, Schmittler, please,
Schmittler.
or something like that. But
My
yeah,
apologies, TikTok.
yeah. Are you on live shows often?
Not too much.
Okay,
I
yeah,
try, but then they shut me down.
I
And
understand.
then if you're used to, you get so
I
bubbled
only ask
up.
because, I know sometimes if people are not on lives very often, they don't remember all the goofy rules.
Right.
And so, yeah, you just have to assume that any adult language is objectionable. For some reason, they don't mind cursing, but they mind any adult topics. You have to say C-19 instead of the actual thing. It's so goofy. But anyway, so yeah, I'm uh I'm not a historian by any means, but I have read a lot of not only American history, but world history. And when you look at that horrifying time in German culture, in world history. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Hey, folks, I have the live goal of 100 roses has been sitting there for 42 minutes, which is bizarre. Normally, it doesn't last a minute. So I didn't remind anybody of it. So please get those roses up there. Thank you, Athena. That's very nice of you. So when I look at the lead up to everything that happened in World War II, I see steps that were taken, right? First, World War I happened and Germany fell out of power and they had an economic crisis. Schmittler started speaking in the beer halls in Germany. And then in 1921, he became head of the party. 1932, he was installed by von Hindenburg as the chancellor. And in 1933, in January, he was sworn in. And then the rest was a horrifying history for Germany. And all of the steps that Schmittler took are being recreated by Donnie Dump. And this is a problem for me. And I've been saying this since 2015, because when he announced that he wanted to be president in May of 2015, and he came down the escalator and gave that ridiculous speech, he said a lot of things that Schmittler said. And so I said, I went on the Book of Faces and I said, hey, we have a guy here that wants to be president of America who sounds like that guy from 1932 Germany. And I think that's a problem. And I caught a lot of crap for that. And now, obviously, we know that I was right, although I'm not happy about being right. The fact is that I was right in 2015, because nobody speaks like Schmittler accidentally, especially like at rallies last year. He was using words like they are vermin in our cities. That's a Schmittler line. Immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. That's a Schmittler line also. Just the other day, Stephen Miller made a speech and he quoted Goebbels. So these things are not accidental. I've seen footage of these meetings with all YT people, pardon me, and they were chanting, "Hail victory, hail victory, hail victory." And just in case nobody knows this, the German translation for "hail victory" is "Sieg Heil." Do we think that these are coincidence? Come on. This is crazy what's going on here. So and by the way, in 1935, all the generals were called in and they were asked to do the Führer oath, right? And it was the same thing. They wanted loyalty to the Führer. And so you bring this people, by the way, it costs like $6 million to fly these people from all over the world into a meeting, a highly insecure meeting, gathering all the generals, 800 generals and their staff in one place is a security risk that's, I think, never been done before.
Yeah, being common folk, I was like, why are you telling our enemies where our generals are?
Exactly. And then Kegsbreath, DUI hire, Pete Kegsbreath, got up there and was like, I'm sick of seeing fat people on military bases. And I was like, oh, hot young guys, that's what you're looking for, basically, But to insult these people, there were 4-star generals in there. There were people with Purple Hearts of Valor in there. And he's looking at them and saying, I don't like that you can't do push-ups. What the fuck are we talking about?
Have you seen the military clap back? The military's clapping back quietly,
Not
but they're clapping
specifically.
back.
Yeah,
They're
they've done
clapping
that
back.
before. Yeah. But
They're talking about basically because I don't want to throw any military into the bus, but basically they're like, this is insanity. We know better. We are not playing this game with him. And, if this comes down, all we ask, is everybody remain calm and we'll do the right thing. And if you go start searching, you will find a bunch from all different levels. The military is pissed and they're disgusted because when you take away the anger, which is a secondary emotion, I can only imagine what they're really feeling.
Yeah. And
you
I
know
hope that
and for
amounts to
people
something.
of both parties, especially the Republican Party, to see that and not say boop, it just blows my mind because I
So
went
here's
through the
a
same thing with and I'll just be honest, when I
go ahead.
seen Biden, I'm like, man, the guy is not right. He needs help. He's got medical issues. I work with dementia patients. I know the sign, and I knew it a year before they finally came out. And I talked to, folks, hey, we need to start planning. We need to figure it out. And now we're doing the same. Now these people are doing the same thing, but they were the first to point out any problems they had with Biden, but yet they won't look at their own president that did a treasonous act, $6 million treasonous act.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that?
Who does that are dictators.
Yeah.
That's who does that. And I don't say that lightly. This is
No.
historic. We have evidence of this. We have history. And presently in the world there are 50 dictatorships, so we know how they act, right? And by the way, another mouth breather said something. Where was it? Oh man. Oh, there it
I'm really
is.
scared for this country if they
Tex
don't wake
Forever
up.
says Democrats are pure evil. Yeah, so it must be evil to take
To want
children out
peace.
of. Let me speak to Tex for a moment.
Sorry.
It must be evil to have children pulled out of mines so that they're not exploited by companies, right? That's evil. It must be evil to limit the work week to 40 hours so people aren't exhausted all the time. Must be evil to give people health care. Must be evil to develop the highway system, which the Republicans voted against. Must be evil to create Social Security so that people are not left to starve. You know how many elderly were lifted out of poverty because of Social Security? It was millions upon millions upon millions. So
Yep.
that's evil to you, huh? Text forever? Or maybe you're just a moron that doesn't understand how words work. Let's see. Injured fisherman wants to come up. Jenny wants to come up. Let me let both of them up. Okay. So they are loading in. And we have injured fisherman. How you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I accidentally hit the button to come up.
Sometimes
I'm
there are
gonna
happy
listen.
accidents.
I'm just getting here.
Okay, cool. So let me mute your mic because there's a tiny bit of background noise there. Jenny, how you doing this morning?
Morning. I'm okay. I just
Excellent.
think I just think we have to be so careful to be present with what's actually going on because what they want to do is scare the piss out of us. They want us so scared that we won't do anything. And if we give them that, we've already conceded. And
Well, that
so
doesn't seem to be happening so far.
what doesn't?
What you just described.
I don't know. In a lot of lives, a lot of people are doing that. But
Well, where you just talked about being present. We're not in a lot of lives. We're in this live right now.
okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say anything that's antagonistic in any way. I'm
I'm not
trying to
either.
say
I'm
something
just
that
trying to
helps you
rein
all.
in what you're trying to say. You talked about people being scared, and
Yeah, a lot of people can
I don't
be
see
scared.
that.
Well, a lot of people in my circles seem scared, and so I'm trying to say that I just think we have to be aware that they want us to be scared. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. All right, Jinx, how you doing this morning?
Sometimes fear motivates folks.
Hi, Yoda.
Yeah. Hey, Jinx, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, excellent. I
Very
tried to
well.
have MAGA hats up here, and they seem incapable of having a
They're
normal
scared.
conversation. No, I don't think they're scared. I think they're just dumb.
Oh,
They are
that
dumb.
too. Well, that too.
But
I
I
think
agree.
they teach a lot of
we
like
have someone
things
else
in
that came up.
fascist school.
Demond, how you doing this morning? Or is it Demond?
It's Demond.
How you doing?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Good
Yoda.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm
Good
I'm gonna
morning.
be really boring. I just wanted to state this if I could.
Sure.
Do everybody remember when the Republican Party completely lost their crap when Barack Obama had on a tan suit?
Yep. Even though
What about
Reagan and
Michelle?
Eisenhower and Nixon wore tan suits too, and so did Ford.
So
I don't care what you wear.
and
I'm your
First Lady
friend.
Obama had on a sleeveless dress, and they
Oh my God,
lost.
what a scandal. And First
This is a
Lady
complete
Melania
scandal.
posed nude in magazines, but that's not a problem, right?
So I agree with Yoda. I think, and the young lady that went right before me, I think the idea was to stoke fear, but I think they pissed off a lot of Americans.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
I
think there are a
agree.
So
lot of
I
farmers
I
that
agree.
were in the pocket of the Republican Party. I think there were a lot of our rural Americans that are our brothers and sisters that were in the pocket of the GOP that have completely woken up. The only
I do
thing now
too.
that I see that we need to unify around is a safe and fair election. The turnout needs to be protected. The people need to be able to speak.
I
All
wouldn't
of
count
the
on that. I wouldn't count
agree,
on that at all.
agree.
But before I
That's
share my thoughts on that, let me welcome in, is it Vi?
Yes, it is.
How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking. What's on your mind?
Good. I'm with Dump Mega because I used to be one, okay? And I feel that I was scammed in a way because everything I thought that this man was going to do, he turned around and did the opposite, you know?
And
And I'm
just
just
out of
in
curiosity,
fear.
did you vote for
Yes,
him
please.
3 times?
Of course not. I didn't vote for him at all.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I don't vote. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't, cause I
Okay.
feel they're gonna put in who they want to put in anyway, no matter how we vote, and
Oh,
that has been proven.
well,
You
no, it
know,
has. No, it hasn't. But a
no. I
non-vote
mean, from what
goes to
I
the bad
see,
guy.
This country. I
from what
just
I see, it has. You
I
Okay.
know,
stole it from Thor.
Oh, hold
it's
on.
like,
One at a time. So I'm sorry, V. Could continue.
yeah. I mean, from what I see, you know, so I'm just like very disappointed at what's going on right now in this world and how in the beginning he's supposed to have be trying to stop these wars and all of that. It seemed to me it's getting worse. It's not getting any better.
Well, I don't understand the position of I'm the guy who's the peacemaker, and then you drop armaments on a country, especially a
Exactly.
country that didn't do anything to you. You know, back in March of this year,
Hmm.
Tulsi Gabbard, that completely spineless loser, who I felt that way in 2021 when they were impeaching him for a second time, like no other president ever has been. And she voted present instead of voting yes or no. So I wrote her off back then. But anyway, let's fast forward to March of this year. She gives a
Okay.
hearing where she lays out in vivid detail that everything is safe with Iran. They're following all the protocols that we set out for them. They're following the rules. There's no problem. She specifically said nothing has changed since 2003. Yow. Can everybody can everybody mute up so we don't have that going on? So 3 months later, she says, "Oh, Iran's a problem. Their nukes are a problem." Like that's just, that's literally out of the book 1984, where they say one thing and a second later they say something different. So this is a crazy administration. It's very corrupt. He's
Yes, it
breaking
is.
the law constantly, and I have to say allegedly for legal reasons, but it's right in our face. I mean, he's enriching his family while he's president. That is against the Constitution. He is
Yes.
defying court orders from the Supreme Court. Okay, he's enacting aggressions against other countries without congressional approval. He is breaking the law constantly, and
And he's become
it's
more
wild.
virulent with his propaganda,
Yeah, as if that were possible, but yeah, it seems that that's
right?
true.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah. And
so
he's
so
trying to
I
start a
agree with
race
you,
war,
Vi.
if you ask
It's a
me.
crazy situation. Now, who was everybody here when I read the list of what's going on in his presidency?
Oh no, I wasn't there. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so I'll do it again, and I know we have new people in here as well in the chat. So this is why I invited MAGA hats to come talk about why they support him. Highest credit delinquencies in recent history, worst housing market since 1995, worst jobs market since the recession of 2009, inflation up over 0.5% since January 20th of 2025 when he was sworn in, refusing to post labor statistics, ADP payroll down minus 32,000. In August, minus 3,000 jobs. Construction, manufacturing, and agriculture virtually destroyed, bailing out Argentina with $20 billion so that their farmers can sell their soybeans to China while American farmers are going out of business because they can't sell their soybeans to China. And he's provoking an armed conflict with Venezuela. That last one is my opinion, but I think all of the evidence is very clear on that. And this one idiot came up, this minority came up, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm good with all that." Like, this is the type of people that we're talking to.
You're
Okay.
just talking to people who are so indoctrinated.
They're in your comments right now, just
Exactly.
running their mouths, but they won't come up.
Of course they won't.
Mm-hmm.
We have King Money up. How you doing, King Money?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm excellent. What's on your mind this morning?
He said, why support Donald MAGA at first?
Right.
Yeah, I support America first.
You support America first. And what is Dump doing that indicates that he supports America first?
The first he's doing is deporting all the illegal alien.
No, he's not.
You sound illegal
Hold on.
yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, I could be
whoa.
illegal all you want to say.
I'm gonna talk to this guest. Everybody calm down.
I'm sorry, but he do.
Everybody mute up. If you keep interrupting, I gotta drop you. Okay?
Yeah, let them speak.
So you're keeping interrupting, so you gotta go. All right. So King's Money. He is illegally deporting people. You do understand that, right?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. The Supreme Court says he is, so you know better than the Supreme Court?
Obviously, I might know better than the Supreme Court.
Oh, and you sound like a Latino, are you?
No, I'm from Central Americas.
Central America. So you are a minority, and you are supporting your oppression. That's genius. So you got to go. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, folks. Self-hating minorities have no place on my lives. I will not entertain them. If you don't have the sense of a fucking daisy, and you have no sense of self-preservation, and you are rooting on your oppressor, in my eyes, you're a piece of shit, and I will not talk to you. Okay, we have Redwin wanting to come up. And Almay. Oops. Come, that didn't work. Redwin, let me try that again. Oops. Come on, Redwin. For some reason, I'm hitting accept. There we go. And so let's see. We have a couple new guests. We've got, is it Allie
Yes,
How you doing this morning?
I am doing well. How about you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. What's on your mind?
Hello, panel. Well, actually, you dropped V, and
Hmm.
I just wanted to say that, okay, so people that feel like their vote doesn't count, and I want to express to say that I was one of them. I really was. I was one of them. I felt like both sides have not done anything to promote um, the our black people moving forward or anything like that. And so I wasn't going to vote, but my daughter convinced me otherwise, and so I did vote for Harris. But what I want to ask is people who don't vote, but then then I heard her say that he's not doing anything that he said that he would do, like to stop the wars and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, so I want to ask, okay, Project 25 has been out there for the public to read. Has anyone read it? I mean, because if you read Project 25, he's doing exactly what he was going to do. And why in the world would you believe someone who lied about everything? He lies in his business. He doesn't keep his contracts. He doesn't pay his workers. He lied in 2000 when he became president in 2016. But now you want to sit back and cry and say, um, he said they denounced Project 25 just so that they could get everybody's vote. And now since he's president, he's taken Project 25, and that's his Bible, and he's going exactly by it.
He
So
literally just
what's the
announced yesterday that he's meeting with the head of Project 2025.
Exactly. Exactly. You're correct. So why are you sitting up now getting on platforms crying about him lying and not doing what he said he was going to do? You knew he was a liar.
Well, she's not here to answer any of those
I
questions, but let
know.
me move on to Redwin. How you doing? Redwin? Are you there, Redwin? I hear a lot of shuffling, but no sound. Redwin, are you there?
Yep.
I can barely hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. How are you doing this morning?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. What's on your mind?
Not much. I just wanted to comment on. So the first thing I wanted to point out, your previous person that was speaking, they said that Trump doesn't pay his employees. Well, why are they still working for him if they're not getting paid?
Wow, what a genius question that is. You are aware that he's got like 2,600 lawsuits against him for exactly that?
Because they're psychopaths.
Hold on. I'm going to talk to the guest.
Sorry.
So they're complaining about not getting paid, but they still continue to work for him.
Who said that? Is that really your whole? That's what you're standing on?
No.
He notoriously does not pay his bills. He announced that during his campaign. Oh, I don't like the microphones. Don't pay them. Right? So what are you defending right now?
I'm only commenting on what somebody said just a minute ago.
Yeah, and you're trying to make a ridiculous point about, if they're still working for him, how is he not paying them? Like that's childish. So do you have anything interesting to say?
It's logical. I do. Right? Trump is one of the best presidents we've had in a long time.
Fantastic. Have a great day. Okay. Oh, Lord. Just childish nonsense. I can't stand it.
And that's what you get when you get them coming up.
Yeah. If he's not, how are they working for him if he's not paying them? My God. It's just dumb.
And I have a question. Has he paid the people that he has in Washington now, the National Guard? Has he paid them yet?
He hasn't paid ICE their bonuses. He was notorious for not paying his bills. He did not pay the cities where he had campaigns. That's why he didn't go to
Exactly.
certain cities last year because he hadn't paid them from the previous campaign. So
Exactly.
this is just nonsense. Anyway,
And with all this
we
newfound
have
money,
another guest here. Let me welcome in Barbara. How you doing, Barbara? Going once, going twice. Are you there, Barbara? All right, guess not. We had a couple other people waiting. We've got Matt. I think we have 4 people up, so we could bring up 2 more. Looks like Kelton. Let's see what these folks have to say. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent. Is that an? It looks like either Chewbacca or an owl. I can't tell what your icon is.
It's Chewy. It's a
It is
Wookiee.
Chewy. Excellent.
Yeah.
So Matt, what's on your mind this morning?
All right. So, listen, I agree with you all 100%. I just want to say this. First of all, I do not condone political violence of any kind or any sort. But let's just remember that, after World War II, there was these things called Nuremberg trials, okay? The people that committed all these evil acts who thought that Hitler was going to be in, whatever you call him, was going to be in
Schmittler,
power
yeah.
forever. They
Folks,
acted like it.
I just want to, this is what gets lives taken down. So we have to be careful with our language. We know that TikTok is intolerant of certain words, and that's one of the worst ones to them.
All right.
So please, everybody take a breath. I know everyone's excited and passionate, and I appreciate that, but we still have to maintain our composure. Go ahead.
Apologize.
No worries. I fuck up like
Mustache
20
man,
times a
whatever.
week.
Yeah. Okay.
I type in the comments.
But listen, so all these people were held accountable. Some of them were sentenced to death. Okay, the Christy Gnomes, the Tom
Unalivement. That's
Homans.
another word that they don't like.
Oh, okay. Sorry, they were
DEATH. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry. It's all
sentenced to.
they for some reason TikTok doesn't want adult words, and I have to just pause here to give my opinion about this because if I say Schmittler, we all know who I'm talking about. So what's the point of the code? You know what I mean? Like I never understood this logic. Like one word is okay, but one word is not, even though they mean the same thing. Like on television, you can't say F-U-C-K, but you can say fornication. Well, they both mean the same thing, right? So why are we differentiating? It's so illogical to me. But your point was about what happened in Nuremberg in 1945. How does that tie in with what's going on now?
So all I'm saying is there's going to be a day when Trump is not in power. Everyone acts like Daddy Trump is going to be there. The MAGA people are to protect him forever. That's not the case. Okay. Eventually they will not be in power. It might be in a year when he, unalives of natural causes, or 4 years when there's election, whenever that time comes, and there will be a reckoning. So, I just want to put that out there for all these people, for all of the people on the left who are despairing because, there's horrible stuff going on in our country right now. Innocent people, American citizens even, are being rounded up and put in these, camps that have horrific conditions. There's like 20 people in a room meant for like 5 and 1 toilet and all this stuff. Some people are just disappearing out of theirs. No one knows where these people have gone. He's unaliving people that are in international waters in boats. I mean, all of this stuff would be war crimes, right? So there's going to
That
be an
would be
accountability. Whether Trump himself,
they are war crimes. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there's going to be accountability. Whether Trump himself actually faces the accountability he deserves, I don't know. But the people that are doing these evil things in his name will face that accountability, and everyone will have to. I mean, this is like after the Civil War, we had to, the American had to deal with Reconstruction, and I just feel like everyone is so confident right now that we've got the power. They barely have a majority in the House. In the I mean, it's the pendulum is going to swing back the other way, and people should not lose hope.
I agree. So let's welcome in. Is it Dr. Za?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I just wanted to just drop in. I was sitting in the comments and whatnot, but I think what's really everything is alarming. However, for me being a physician and they're closing these facilities down, that is troubling for me. It hurts. There are elderly, you understand? The ICU units shut completely down. These hospitals are going to be shut completely down. Then where will the people actually be able to go?
Nowhere. There's going to be loss of life as a result of this. And since you
Exactly.
brought that up, I want to echo your sentiments and bring up another example. USAID, I don't know if everybody knows this, but statistically speaking, they save 4.5 million lives a year. Okay, through all of the programs that they have, they save on average 4.5 million people, 4.5 million lives every single year. And so now that that's gone, what's going to happen to those people?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to be
Population
gone.
control.
Mm-hmm.
That might
You
be,
understand?
but the motive doesn't necessarily interest me. It's the reality of all these people that are not going to be here anymore.
I
The
agree.
elderly that are starving because they don't get Meals on Wheels anymore. The removing cancer research so that people
Hmm.
can't get healthy. And by the way, I want you to understand what it means to eliminate cancer research. There were people that were on trial medications for 10 years and being kept alive by these trial medications, and now those are gone. This is what they're doing because they don't care about human life.
No, actually, and I am an oncologist. My areas of discipline, I'm an oncologist, gynecologist, in internal medicine. And I had to step back a little bit because I was getting burnt completely out. But when you start removing funding and people are relying on medications to prolong their life, to have a quality of life, if you will, woo, that I'm gonna be honest with you, my eyes stay puffy. So I had to put on a brave front in front of my patients, if you will. So I branched off, I opened up my own clinic simply because where are these people gonna go? What about the people in rural areas? And we're retired military, you know? So what about our vets? My children serve for this country as well. Well, as of this year, my son said, that's it. My daughter said, that's it. Both of my daughters said, I'm out of here. So guys, that's just something to just think about. But a lot of, I will say this, I've had a lot of what do you call it, MAGA hats, the red hats. Oh, they're backpedaling now. It's in the rural areas. They're sorry now. Well, sorry is too late. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want to hold, the mic, but you guys, I'm going to drop down and go back in, or you can drop me down and go back in the comment
Absolutely.
section. But
Thank you for
this is
coming
something
up.
to
I
think about.
appreciate it.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
love.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're dealing with. So, since we have a few people in here and we've been going for a little while, I want to give everybody a chance to share some final thoughts before we wrap it up for the day. So let's start at the bottom with Jenny. Jenny, thank you for coming up today. What are your final thoughts for the moment?
I guess just that we have to pay attention to the things that we love and care about in our lives and maintain a balance between gathering information and fighting back and making life worth living, because these people are going to try to be in it for the long haul. They're going to lose, but they're going to push and they're not going to stop for a while.
I agree. All right. Thank you so much for coming up and have a
Thank you.
great day. So, Jinx, final thoughts for this morning.
I'm just grateful to hear all y'all talk this way and, all these professionals coming in to give advice and speak on what's going on. This is amazing, Yoda. I like to hear, and I like that you don't tolerate nonsense at this point.
Yeah. The word tolerance is not a positive thing. It's to get accustomed to something unpleasant. That's what tolerate means. And I don't indulge in tolerance, especially when my own people are voting against me and themselves in their own best interest,
Hmm.
and they're voting on the side of the oppressor and are fucking proud of it. That makes me sick. So I don't tolerate that. Any other thoughts, Jinx?
No, I was just sending you a heart because I agree.
Excellent.
Let's do
Well,
you guys. Let's do this.
absolutely. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate your support. All right. So next up, let's get this out of the way. Next up, we have Demond.
Sir, I appreciate you bringing me up. And once again, I followed you. My first time listening to you.
Oh,
I
thank
enjoyed the
you.
panel, enjoyed listening to how you conducted things. So it'll definitely be on my list to kind of follow you when you go live again. So the only thing I would like to say is that community is so important in this moment. Connect with family, friends, try to build as much community as possible. Um, community centers help out in the community. Continue to talk to each other. Don't be afraid of other Americans. A lot of this is centered around making us fearful of each other, that we're going to fight each other, that we're going to go to war or go, I'm sorry, yeah, fight each other in the streets and stuff. Don't obey in advance. Continue to reach out for community and appreciate each of you.
Yeah, thank you. And just to let everybody know, I go up twice a day. Friday nights are chill. I don't talk politics Friday nights or Saturday. But starting this Wednesday, I started going up, along with going up 10 p.m. Eastern time. I also do 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm finding new folks to talk to, and I appreciate that, and I sincerely appreciate the support and the wonderful panel. So thank you, and thank you for following me, Demond, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Right, y'all have a good day.
All right. And while I'm at it, let me just remind everybody that I am a coach. I have a second channel called Coach Yoddah. It's coach.yoddah. Coach period Yoddah, because film studios are litigious, and I'm proud of this logo because I made it myself. But I'm just getting that launched. I just started putting content on there, but I'm going to be talking more and more about personal development as time goes on. But for now, since we have a crisis in America, I want to talk about this stuff. So, Allie Mae, what are your final thoughts for the morning?
Well, I appreciate you having me up and thank you so much. I do like the way you conduct your lives. And I appreciate that there's no like going back and forth and screaming at each other because we have enough going on with that with other platforms. So I will definitely be coming back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that you were here. I thank you for your contribution. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. And the man behind the Chewbacca mask, Matt, how you doing? What's your final thoughts for the morning?
I wish I could do the Wookiee noise, but I can't do it. Final thoughts. All right. So Ken Burns was on a podcast yesterday talking about the Revolutionary War. He's got a new documentary come out. I encourage everybody to watch that. He's talking about George Washington didn't know he was George Washington at the time. He didn't know that like people were going to be talking about him 200 years later. Like he was just doing the best he could. He wanted to go out there. He wanted to fight for freedom, for the American way of life. He was just doing the best he could. Everybody needs to realize that, look, that's all you can do. You do the best you can. You stay. Things are going to turn around someday. Yes, they are very dire. Yes, there's alarming stuff going on right now in this country, but things will get better. You have to continue to fight. You have to continue to speak out. You have to protest. October 18th, No Kings protest. Everybody show up for that. Just do the best you can, and that's all you can do. And, don't despair.
Excellent. Those are wise words. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you for your contribution. Have a great day. All right, folks. I want to continue on the George Washington theme for a moment. Easy for me to say. He is now considered Antifa and an enemy to America, according to Donnie Dump. Those folks that are anti-fascists are enemies to America. So one of my best friends in life is a 75-year-old Vietnam veteran. apparently he is now part of a terror group, according to Donnie Dump. He has waged aggression against half of the country. That is not presidential in the slightest, even though I firmly believe that America has never been united. It is the job of the president to attempt to unite the country. And Dump fails miserably on that account. And, for a president to come up and declare Democrats are sick, twisted individuals that want nothing but violence and they want nothing but harm to come to the country. I'm 61 years old, and I go back to Nixon. I've never heard a president speak like this in my entire life. And what he's doing is exactly what dictators do. Okay? This is exactly what authoritarians do. Hello, Miss Mina. Good to see you. So, we have to be aware of the situation that we're in. Fascism is not coming. It's here. Okay? Nobody can convince me otherwise. I know too much about world history to be told that this is not a fascist country right now. But there is something we can do. Okay? And MLK gave us the best example of what we can do. And we just saw this in the case of Jimmy Kimmel. The American people can do the one thing that oligarchs, which I call the predator class, hate, which is affect their money. That's what MLK did. This was pre-internet. He organized everybody, and they did a bus boycott. And not for a day, not for a weekend, not for a week. They did it for over a year. Over a year of daily sustained effort. And I'm going to repeat this every time I'm live because I want people to understand that this is how we have to go, because I want it to be peaceful. I want it to be peaceful. I don't want any harm to come to people. I don't want any loss of life. I want it to be peaceful, right? And MLK proved to us. And recently, Americans put enough pressure on Disney to change their mind about Jimmy Kimmel. And I want you to think about the fact that Disney was already being pressured. They were threatened by the head of the FCC on Dump's behalf. But the pressure that they felt more than the pressure of the government was the pressure of the people. And I'm not this kumbaya kind of guy, but facts are facts. They brought Jimmy Kimmel back in a week because Americans pressured them. And that's the kind of thing we have to keep doing. Oh, Jeannie, how you doing? So, everybody just keep in mind, I know these are dark days and chances are things are going to get worse. And I know not everybody's going to be able to participate but whatever you can do, because some of us are not able-bodied, they can't get out and do things, they can't go out and risk themselves for this country that doesn't care anything about them. So I don't blame anybody for not putting themselves in danger. But anything that you can do, whether it's call your representatives or boycott certain companies, whatever it is, just keep doing it, because eventually Americans will prevail. And I'm not like a patriot or anything like that. I think this is a garbage country, quite frankly, but I live here and people that I love live here. So I want things to be okay. So that's why I'm speaking out, because I want things to get better. And again, I'm here Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern times. The last thing I will suggest to you is if you want to get into volunteering to fight for democracy and fight against tyranny and corruption, there is a website that I can give you. I volunteer for these people. No money is coming to me for this, but they gave me my own URL because I do so much work for them. It's represent.us/Yoddah, YODDAH. I'm promoting them on every live that I do from now on. They work very hard. They're the largest organization that's anti-corruption and and pro-democracy, right? So anti-corruption, pro-democracy, represent.us/Yoddah. If you cannot remember that, don't worry. Go to my bio, click on my link tree, and at the very bottom, you'll see the logo for represent.us. And you click on that, and you'll be taken to a page where you can start getting involved in protesting against the stuff that's going on. So, until we meet again, folks, thank you for everybody that was in the chat, that tapped and gifted and all that good stuff. I sincerely appreciate it. More importantly, you gave your time, which is everybody's most valuable commodity, and I will never take that for granted. So, peace, love, and granola. Talk to you soon.